What's up guys, it's Paper. Cut to you, bringing you a video on how to capture zones in Control. But what this is going to be more importantly is a prelude video to Zone Control, which is one of the new game types coming to the Taken King. Now with new maps are going to come new strategies, class builds are going to change, the grenade types you use, the weapons, the class combinations, there's going to be a lot of changes. But one of the things that's going to be really pivotal to that game mode is knowing how to actually capture control zones safely and efficiently. This first tactic is probably the most efficient in the beginning of a match, running out with your team to get the most important flag in the map. That is a strategy that's going to get you very far and an early lead in control games. To make this strategy viable, you have to have good communication with your team. You have to know what route you guys are going to take, and more importantly, you all have to be committed to the play you guys make. It's kind of like storming the beaches at Normandy. You can't turn around. If you turn around, I'll shoot you myself, because you need to have that sustained fire. If you die, so be it. If you guys can push a spawn far enough, then you guys are going to be able to control it and at least switch the spawns before you even capture it. And map knowledge is really important. Knowing how far you need to push is going to give you an advantage in this game. I did a game about that. I don't remember which video it was. It is on PlanetDestiny. But there's a spot that I'm going to show you right now where the special ammo is that you can stand with a sniper and cover C, and they can't see you on the radar. So it's a very strong spot. Now in this next example, I'm going to be pushing up on my own, and the only reason I decide to push up all the way to C is because I have a pretty good run. I'm going to clear two guys, and there's already one of my teammates in front of me. At this point, he's actually flipping the spawns. The only thing we have to be careful about is the random guys that are on B. Now I don't know how many that is, but you can be aware of where they are just by looking at flags, as well as taking into account how the spawn points have flipped. Now I decided not to challenge this first guy because I'm trying to bide some time for my teammates to come to the side, because as of right now they still control the spawn. This is another scenario where I'm trying to go at it solo, and it's a little bit hard, but you always want to remember that you do not have to stand on the flag all the time. You have to remember that the indicator gives your position away. That's why you either want to be aggressive or back up off the flag when you see somebody coming. That knife was a little bit delayed and I ended up dying to his grenade, but that doesn't matter because I managed to at least be the last man standing and flip the spawns. So in most of the examples I've been using, you've seen me go for A on this level. You saw me go for C on Blind Watch. Here, we're going to be going for C again. And the reason for that is because some of the flags are just more important on certain maps. They give you a shorter rush distance to B. They may give you a strategic advantage just based on terrain, high ground. Burning Shrine, the outside has a shorter rush distance. It also gives you the advantage of being able to put sticky grenades on the wall on B. It just gives you better positioning for a lot of reasons in Control. Now spawn points, very important. On this map, if you don't think you can get C, you just run right by to towards the high ground, and that's how you flip the spawns on this map. And I just want to keep highlighting that I do not stay on a control point if it's not safe. Sometimes you have to give up some ground in order to actually take it back later safely. This is going to be another example of that, and you have to get tricky. You have to use your mobility in this game. It's so much fun, like changing classes, blink, triple jumps, quadruple jumps, glides, catapults. All the characters have great ways to get around. So if you don't find something safe, just take off. It's going to be a lot faster to come back than it is to die, respawn, and then come from your spawn either at A or C to come get B. Safety first. And I just laughed at this guy's bubble placement. It was like, but right now I just want to talk about bubbles in Zone Control, where only capturing matters. Holding on to points for as long as possible is going to make all the difference. I hope they've thought about the bubble trains that we've seen, because that's going to completely ruin that game type. Unless, of course, the new bow on the... oh, never mind. The bow on the hunter is going to be able to nullify that. This is going to be amazing. Like, I'm super excited to see what's going to happen with these new game types, with the new supers, how they all end up working out. But let's get back into this game. Once you kill a few guys and you feel safe, I then pop my golden gun, because at this point I feel like I can hold it long enough to actually capture the point. Sometimes it's not safe to pop a golden gun at that point. If somebody comes from behind me and in front of me, I'm probably going to get killed. That's the fault that happens with the golden gun. Sometimes people think things are overpowered. Like I said, I find that the supers in this game are great. I love how they work in conjunction with each other. I hope that synergy continues. Sometimes I think there's going to need to be some tweaks. So the the Titan bubbles right now seem a little bit weak, and the fact that most classes can either just blow them up like Golden Gun, Nova Bomb, or just slice right through them and nullifying it with the Blade Dancer. I'd like to see it take a few more hits because I saw the hammer do like 2 hits. But going back to this clip, you noticed I did not stop at this point. I actually pushed up first to kind of push back their spawn and give my teammates behind me an opportunity to capture. And I mistimed that Nova Bomb by a little bit, but we do end up capturing this point. And I find that the B point on this map is sometimes frustrating for people. It is a very tough nut to crack, and we're gonna go over that in the next little bit. But I wanted to talk a little bit more about pushing up in this fashion. I didn't get a chance because I started ranting, sorry guys. But when I go to a point and I have a teammate behind me, I usually like to take the lead just to stop the other team from coming in and giving them a better chance of controlling B. If I can hold them back here, it makes it harder for them to throw grenades, to set up a round, because they see me on the radar, so they're going to be a little bit more weary about attacking guys behind me. They typically want to address the guy directly in front of them. If not, well, then they're distracted, and you can take advantage of that too. And when I was talking about supers, it may have sounded like I was contradicting myself, because I'm like, I really like the synergy of how they work, but the bubble could use a little bit of a buff. And what I really mean to say is that I like the idea of it. I like how the supers work in this game. That doesn't mean that they don't need a little bit of tweaking. This is just an example of the double grenades, which are going to be great for control types like this. If you see people on there, it's a guaranteed kill if they decide to stay on the flag. So remember, stay off the flag, the indicator is giving you away. And I still want to talk a little bit more about supers, just because I think that this new game type is going to be really exciting, because the combinations of the classes that you're going to make are going to be more than ever. With the 3 new subclasses, we may find that maybe the 3 new ones in conjunction are the best combination that can be made in a team of 6. Maybe we're going to see something else. You just never know, because there's going to be new weapons, new abilities. We're going to have to see what some of this new exotic armor does. There's going to be a lot of things that we're going to be trying to find out when the new expansion drops. So now is just a good time to start thinking about it, because when you first get a game with new features like this, you can be the first one to pioneer a strategy. That's why it makes it so exciting. If you want to see what some of the best players are doing, you can go on Twitch. You can check out the PlanetDestiny one. I'm sure there's going to be tons of them active. Everyone that's going to be starting off on day 1 is going to be part of the people that are going to be shaping the meta for the future. Anyways, let's get into this clip. This is going to be about holding a position. It's obviously a lot easier if you know where to expect people from. So again, map knowledge. Now, if you're on the other side of this, then you have to be aware of where the weaknesses are when people are setting up in a certain position. Now, if you want to crack this position, it's a combination of coming from the front where everyone's expecting you, but that's just to draw some fire and some eyes away from the other spots, which are from below. And one of the strongest ones is to actually set up right across from here on that little ledge. The rest of your teammates can come in from any other position. They can just jump right through that open window, I'm going to call it. So there is a lot of positions, but the 3 main ones are right in front of here, from below, and the ledge. It is a very strong position to try to break people out from B. And I hope you guys got at least a few tips from this video. Make sure to watch your angles, be aware of where you're going to be aware of how people are going to be reacting to you standing on a point. They're probably going to start leading a charge. Maybe you want to meet them halfway. These are things that you're going to have to consider if you want to be a very good control player. And zone control, I just really like the idea of it. It's kind of like Call of Duty when they started bleeding tickets, but it's going to be obviously a little bit different. So I've been waiting for something new in Destiny, and I think that Taken King is going to deliver. 8 new maps, that sounds awesome. I guess it's only going to be 7 for me because I think one of them is PlayStation exclusive. But we'll have to wait and see how it goes. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I'm Paper, cut to you with Planet Destiny, and I'll see you next time.